going on, guys? It's Will, and I am back with another quick review of a movie that I saw. Bing. Anyway, Mission Impossible Fallout. This is the 6th entry in the Mission Impossible franchise. This stars Tom Cruise, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, Henry Cavill, Angela Bassett, Alec Baldwin. List goes on and on and on and on and on. Mission Impossible Fallout is actually the continuing story thread that started with at the end of Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. So at the end of Ghost Protocol, we got teases of the current mission that involves the Syndicate. That was the major plot thread in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. And this movie picks up again with the focus being involved with the remnants of the Syndicate as well as with the main villain from the previous movie. This one also stars, like I said, Henry Cavill, and he is sporting that gorgeous facial hair that was completely used to derail reshoots of Justice League. I won't say derailed the reshoots because he was under contract and he had to keep the mustache. My curiosity, besides the fact that I'm impressed how Mission Impossible has been going on for 6 movies with the same character, who is clearly getting older, and Tom Cruise, who, again, is Tom Cruise. He can still sell a movie on his name, but I think at the point, probably starting with, I believe it started for me with Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, where it wasn't, I didn't go see the movie because of Tom Cruise. I went to go see it because Mission Impossible had kind of done this thing like Fast and the Furious, where they really stepped up all of the stuff to 11 and, you know, showed off the technology, showed off the spy game, and really kept you kind of guessing throughout the movies who was good, who was bad, what was the real story, all that fun jazz. The last 2, though, really have been straightforward. There's not a lot of twists or turns in this movie in terms of who you can trust, who you can't. There's a reveal towards the end of the movie that was set up well at the beginning, but then it was almost like, were they trying to mislead you in some way, shape, or form? But again, this isn't an M. Night Shyamalan movie. There's no major twist, and the one that they do try to do with a twist, it kind of falls flat, but I like the execution before the actual twist. When you see the movie, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about a little bit. I really enjoyed the action sequences, but what happens is, and like I said, I'm kind of glad that Mission Impossible doesn't have to solely rely on Tom Cruise, is that when Tom Cruise is doing Tom Cruise stuff in a movie, you know, it's like it's mandatory. There's a sequence where he has to run and chase somebody, and for some reason, since probably like the mid-2000s, Tom Cruise has to run in all of his movies. It doesn't matter what movie it is, he has to run. It's a great looking shot, but then you're watching the shot and it's just like, he's running, still running. And it's a nitpick. It's probably a nitpick on my part. And it's just weird. I guess that's the best thing I can say about it. It's just kind of weird. Overall, I did like the film. I thought it was a lot of fun. We saw it actually in one of the like IMAX with the 4K with the rumble seats. I don't know if that helped or hurt it, but it was a weird experience for myself, just sitting there, and every time you're watching it, it was like, okay, I don't know where they go from here. I guess if that's how I can put it. It feels like this was the finale of the 2nd trilogy. So if you look at the Mission Impossible franchise as a whole, you have 1 through 3, which was literally one movie trilogy. And then when you go to 4 through 6, it definitely feels like another one. Like, there were things set up in 3, like new characters introduced in 3, that made their way over to 4, and then 4 was like the start of a new trilogy, because the story thread from 4 to 6 goes completely all the way through, and the ending of this movie really tied up what I believe to be the end of that story thread. So if they do another Mission Impossible, it's probably going to start a brand new trilogy, sort of. I think that's a unique way to look at the films, unlike when you look at something like Fast and Furious or Transformers, where it's just one long continuing story, but then it gets muddled the more you do it, and it just becomes, what crazy shit can we do in this one? Whereas I think Mission Impossible did it well by secretly starting a second trilogy when people thought they were just keep going and going and going. So I thought, I commend them for doing that. That was one thing about looking back at all the Mission Impossible films that I actually really like. I did like Tom Cruise's performance. I know I made fun of his running. I think he does well in the role. I would like to see someone else take over the role and we get a new team. Simon Pegg's great. He's the comedy relief. Rebecca Ferguson is really, really good in it, because I'm glad they brought her back from Ghost Protocol. They brought her back. I don't think she was in. She was not. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. They brought her in Rogue Nation. She wasn't in Ghost Protocol. That was my bad. So I'm glad that she was back for this. And Ving Rhames is again, he does fine. He does fine as the same character he's been playing for over, God, probably like 15 years or something like that. Anyway, I think it's time for a new team. If you're going to do another Mission Impossible, there should be some sort of passing the torch. Not really a lot of negatives. Overall, I liked the movie. It felt a little longer than it probably should have been. There wasn't anything egregiously wrong with the movie that I don't think anybody would not enjoy if they go see the movie. If you like spy films, if you've been a fan of this franchise, you'll most likely go into this movie enjoying it as well. There's really not anything I would say that would turn anybody off from watching this movie. I think the fight sequences, especially, there was one in the trailer. It's not a spoiler, but it's the one that's in the bathroom. That's a really good fight. And there were a few spots where I was like, is he going to do it? But then you know he's kind of going to do it. But anyway, that's my quick review of Mission Impossible Fallout. I did really like this movie. I thought it was fun. If you've seen Mission Impossible Fallout, what did you think of the movie? Please let me know down in the comments. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys watching this video and all my other videos and commenting and talking to me. It makes me feel really good. I really enjoy doing these videos. I know it takes me a while to get stuff out, and I do apologize for that. Just life. I should put that as, like, better late than never. You can follow me on Twitter at DGeekWill. And I love hearing from you. So that's it. Mission Impossible Fallout's in the books. I think I've almost hit every movie on my most anticipated movies of 2018 list. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.